In the 1920s, the role of women in society drastically changed. During World War I, many men were drafted into the war and women were faced with the task of doing all the men's jobs. Another example of change in the 1920s is the 19th Amendment, which granted women the right to vote. Many women wanted to play a bigger role in society, and this was another way that women's role in society changed in the 1920s. There were also flappers in the 1920s. Flappers were a generation of young Western women who today would have been known as slutty, as they slept around and partied all night. The 1920s was one of the most pivotal time periods in American history, as it changed how people saw a woman forever. Women started to work for themselves. One example of this is Jordan Baker from The Great Gatsby. Jordan Baker is one of the few women in the 1920s that doesn't marry to make her own money. Jordan Baker is a professional golfer who does quite well for herself. Her own society is very different compared to most women in the 1920s. She doesn't have a husband who makes the money for the family, and she does not have a child either. Many women in The Great Gatsby were seen partying at Gatsby's mansion. This represents a lot of the people, especially the women. As women started to express their sexuality, they could be more and more identified as flappers. Someone in The Great Gatsby that can be identified as a flapper is Myrtle Wilson. Myrtle doesn't make a living for herself and sleeps with Tom on the side, showing that she doesn't really love the man she is married to. Myrtle has the power over Tom because she controls his marriage. Many women in the 1920s married for money, as they were attracted to money more than they actually loved their husbands. Daisy Buchanan represents these people because of her marriage to Tom. The only difference is that Daisy actually sorta loves Tom. The only reason she sorta loves Tom is because she also loves Gatsby. Daisy Buchanan is Tom's wife in The Great Gatsby. Daisy was in love with Gatsby before he was shipped off to war, and then eventually married Tom. Daisy represented most girls in the 1920s as housewives who married for money so that they could have a comfortable lifestyle. Daisy herself even said that she hopes her daughter is a beautiful little fool because she wants her daughter to marry rich like her, but she doesn't want to know that she is not happy. This is because Daisy herself is unhappy with her life.